Justice League opens nationwide this weekend and promises to be one of the most unforgettable superhero team-up movies ever. We've got the stars of the film here to crank up the hype for DC's latest blockbuster blowout.
Kind of being at the very beginning of this whole DC film universe, do you feel like you take on that role at all with the rest of the cast where you're like, guys, you know, I've been here, done this, let me talk to you about how it's gonna go?
There's no telling anyone how it's gonna go or what to do. I try to emulate Superman. That's why Superman exists. He's an ideal. And I tried my absolute hardest to be much like that, as in just enable them to be the best versions of themselves, protect them from any mistakes I may have made in the past, and support them, and just give them a sense of belonging.
I know we talked about this, but in Wonder Woman there's a scene where you do the fight and it was just you smiled, and I was like, oh my god, that's Diana. And the stuff with Barry, obviously the bat signal stuff was fantastic, but the moment where you said Dostoevsky, how much of that is improv and how much of that was scripted for you? Or was that just a moment where you're like, I'm in it, this is how I feel he would respond?
So there were suggestions, there was improvisation, there were brilliant lines that were scripted from the very beginning, for the early days of the script, that were really funny. And there's comedic beats for everyone in the movie too, which is nice, so it's not just this one comedic character.
Is there a scene that you can talk about that you're really excited for the fans to see?
What I can say I'm really excited for the fans to see is the nature of how all these very different personalities, very different characters, who are all outcasts, and all kind of want to do right, instinctively, but actively maybe believe differently, how they all come together. And how there's a lot of growing pains in that relationship amongst the League. They don't necessarily want anyone to tell them what to do, but they also need someone to tell them what to do. And they all listen to different voices within, as well at the same time as listening to their own inner voices.
Because they all have really distinct personalities.
Absolutely.
Is there a scene, though, that you're really, really excited for the fans to see?
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's a fight scene right in the middle of the movie that I don't want to talk about the details of, but is, I think, a fan dream in some ways.
What I love so much right now is that you're saying stuff and making it sound like there's secrets in there, but you're like, there's a fight.
Right.
And it's awesome.
Yeah, that's the whole, by the way, that's what we do here at Justice League interviews. We make it seem like we're telling you stuff. We pretend to say things.
I mean, that's what you have to do. That's why you guys are in those seats, so you don't give stuff away. Is there a scene for you that you were just excited to shoot or have the fans see?
For me, the most memorable moment was when we all came to set dressed up as the characters, and there's this standing next to each other. And I remember it was so surreal and crazy for me, I just started laughing to myself. It was so weird. But yes, I felt like I couldn't believe I'm a part of this thing. It felt epic.
That's it for now. So if you haven't pre-ordered your tickets for Justice League, first of all, what are you doing? Second of all, what are you waiting for? You don't want to be that friend who didn't see the movie and has to yell, no spoilers, all day on Monday. Don't be that friend. Grab your tickets right now, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.